have been, obviously, stumbles in the road. Things change. Technology changes. Products. We've innovated time and time again. We've seen gaps in the product line, things that we needed to do to help more people. And you guys have always responded. That's what's been so impressive, is at each step of the road, even when you had headwinds and you weren't sure, you've always responded. You've always been creative enough to reinvent. And just look at what the results look like. For a little bit of a retrospective, obviously look at the just phenomenal growth that we have had, and where we are. It's just like, seriously, you're making a massive impact on the world, but nothing has stayed the same. I mean, come on. Who in here used to have a Facebook page? Was that like a 10-year thing? But now it's just like, you just look at people, you hit your chip, I like you. Like Tulin, like. Right? Like me back, yeah? You did? Okay, cool. So, it's because of this focus and this resilience and tenacity, let's look at another outcome that's happened over the course of the last 10 years. The obesity trend has actually reversed. And we can directly tie that, and in children too. Like, this is what happens from tenacity. Things that the world didn't think could be achieved. Yet we hung in there. We found a way to work through the good times, the bad times. We saw some dips in the road, like back in 2008, people were telling us this thing would never work. You can never sell hard work. You can never sell healthy approaches to eating and food. You could never sell a shake. I mean, look at this. This is like 3,600 shakes I've had since that leadership in 2017. And I still love it, and it still tastes delicious. Although I am really not a big fan of the beet juice carrot one that they came out with, that they thought because I would finally like vegetables. But no, I still hate vegetables. So anyway, but now look, there's going to be bumps in the road in this. I mean, obviously there were some things that happened. 2017, we saw technology changing. We saw periods of learning. And we had to be resilient. We had to figure things out in a way that was going to be like, how do we reinvent ourselves? And we made some mistakes along the way too. I mean, who can forget the Shakeology suppository? That was a real bummer. But then once we said, that's not a way to solve the problem, so we moved on and we rebounded. So we just continued that way. So, but it all happens. It all continues because of our commitment to help people lose weight. Okay, now obviously, this is a bit of a dramatization, but it's really about helping us all remember what's possible. I think too often we look at the state of things. We look at the state of the last 3 years as some of the mentality around what we've done shifted toward BizOp, as the struggles and people who were attracted into the BizOp forgot that what they're selling, what they're representing is hard. Fitness, nutrition, and support takes work. It's not something that you can just drop a box off and go, your problem solved, where's my commission? How big a box can I sell you so that I can get a commission? We're doing something that's hard. And the thing that's hard is helping people change their behaviors. But I'm here to tell you, with 266 million people overweight or obese in North America, 2 billion people across the world, the opportunity has never been bigger. But it's going to require us to be tenacious. It's going to require you to be the leaders that I know you are. We had a great session yesterday where we pulled the leaders together. We linked arm in arm, and we felt the power of what Team Beachbody means, of being a team, of what's going to take to help people lose weight. But it really does come down to that sort of simple thing. And I'm not calling that the mission statement. The mission statement is to help people achieve their goals, to lead healthy, fulfilling lives. But when you really just want to, when you wake up in the morning, and I'm so excited, by the way, for you guys to listen to Mel Robbins later today, a total rock star, who's her backstory of the 5-second rule and how she broke the habit of the snooze button is just an amazing, simple click to change your life. Well, that same simple click is what we do. I listened to people yesterday, and actually throughout the last couple of days, talk about elite in such a defeatist way. Like, oh, I'm not going to make it this year. There's no way. I've got 6, 7, 8 weeks left. There's no way I can make elite. And these are people who literally can see where they are with elite, what they need to do to achieve elite. And I'm thinking, when did that become our reflex to start to size things up and then put our limits on ourselves when we have such amazing things to do? No, what we need to do is we need to reevaluate how we go about the business. We need to look at who are the people that we can learn from who are actually thriving in this environment and use those best practices. There are people right now in this room, and some people who are new leaders who couldn't qualify for this, but there's going to be some of them who you'll learn from in the next day and a half, who are actually crushing it because they're showing that they're proof the products work. They are acting like this is a brand new startup, because to them it is. They're not carrying the baggage of any history to the table with their activities that thinks this is how it works. This is how I buy ads on Facebook. This is how I need to post. They're not thinking about what the last 5 years were. They're thinking about, how is this business working today? How do I influence people today? What books can I read? They're doing the personal development. They're inviting constantly, but in a different way. They're speaking to people in a different way because, and here's the thing, the gimmicks are going to be around us all the time. They're never going to stop. Quick fix financial opportunities, quick fix weight loss opportunities. These gimmicks are going to come and attack the real solution and the real opportunity of what hard work can promise you for until 2027, or until at some point that we have such a critical mass that people are like, which is what, by the way, happened for us in the infomercial business, is when we sort of drove the gimmicks off the air because they just couldn't compete with the hard work, the real solution, which is fitness, which is portion control, which is proper diet, which is a different approach to eating, which is a daily dose of dense nutrition to help feed the body in a way that hasn't been fed, so it can actually operate in a healthy way. It's not just about weight loss as fast as possible. It's about balancing the things and appealing to what will help a person achieve their goals to lead healthy, fulfilling lives. It's about constant improvement, personal development. And it's not just about the book that you read. It is about what you listen to, how you're programming your mind, how you manage your attitude, but it's also about constant improvement in the way that you be the proof the product works. How are you the proof? Have you sort of let that slide a little bit? Is it not as obvious that you're doing the workouts? Are you faking it? Have you done a program all the way through in a while? Are you teed up to do a little obsessed on Monday? Where are you in that process? And not just you, because this is leadership. Where is your team in that? Are they on board with this? Do you know how much opportunity, how much potential lies between now and January 14th if I were just to break off a little moment in time? How much opportunity with over 300,000 coaches? For the first time in the company's history, we could sell 300,000 challenge packs a month for the next 3 months. If we want to help people achieve their goals and enjoy a healthy, fulfilling life, it's going to need innovation, constant innovation. We have to evolve. Look, guys, I spent 22 years becoming the best at infomercials and built this company with the help of an incredible team, incredibly inventive and creative people. And we built that infomercial business to 500 million or so per year. That business is maybe going to do $100 million this year. All this expertise that I built to be the best in this thing just wiped out. Not wiped out because I did anything wrong, or we did anything wrong. Wiped out because cord cutters, people stopping watching cable. They're not channel surfing anymore. They're appointment watching. They're watching their whatever they have in the DVR or Netflix or Hulu. The business environment changed. It'd be like me if I was in the horse and buggy whip business, and I'm complaining because, hey, what's the deal with this new car? I gotta make my buggy whips better. No, what I gotta do is figure out how I'm gonna get people to point A to point B the way I used to do it, but I gotta operate in this new horseless carriage thing that I'm hearing about. I gotta innovate. We have to innovate within the 4 vital behaviors, because those 4 vital behaviors, I do believe that the fundamentals work. I do believe that the fundamentals of being the proof the product works. Invite. And by invite, I mean you invite people to be in your challenge group. You invite, if they're not interested in the challenge pack right now, which I don't get because the value is so friggin' stunning of a challenge pack. Look at this for a second. The normal price of Beachbody On Demand, when I say normal, I mean the retail price. I'm not gonna say that's $7,000 of content that you're offering out there, but let's say the normal price retail is $160. That's basically the monthly charge for Beachbody On Demand All Access at $40 per quarter. Within the challenge pack, though, you get that plus Shakeology for $160. Like, it's an outrageous deal. And here's the thing. You are all surrounded by people who want to lose weight. I guarantee you the people around you and the people around your team are at home right now, going into the weekend, wishing they could get that 5 pounds off, wishing they could teach their kids how to live a healthier lifestyle, wishing that they could get their kids off the iPad, wishing that they had some way to feel more energy without just expanding the size of their coffee cup. This is now the new, in 2027, this is going to be the Vente Extra. Like, seriously, is that where we're headed? More coffee? This is going to be, let me tell you something. This is going to be as commonplace as a cup of coffee. I'm going to see as many people posting pictures of their shake, not just us, but the world, posting pictures of their healthy shake, because we're going to be the ones disciplined enough to not give up on it. There are going to be as many people posting pictures of their shake as their cup of coffee. Because let's just look at it. 15 years ago, a cup of coffee was like 50 cents. Nobody was posting pictures of their coffee at the diner. Like, it's like, I'm just having coffee. Now people are like, I'm having coffee. Like, what? Big deal, okay? A daily dose of dense nutrition. People are going to post pictures of their kids with a cup of daily sunshine. Like, I'm so proud of my kid getting their serving of fruits and vegetables instead of dipping into the Halloween bag, because they know that this makes them feel good. I started to teach my kids what it feels like when they eat a little bit differently. They can still enjoy food. They help me prepare food that we learned on Fixate or on Beachbody On Demand. They're helping us in the kitchen. We are the ones that can do that, but we have to be the ones that innovate. Constant improvement. You guys have got to understand, and you've got to snap out of it right now and understand that despite how difficult this transition can be into digital, into an offer set that's very different, because it was like what a breakthrough it was in 2014 when 21 Day Fix came out. I got this box. I could show people, here I am with my box. It's like the program only cost me $10. I got a bag of Shakeology, and it's like the program only cost me $10. Sell fee, challenge packs were selling. We've got to now remember, and we've got to learn, that there's a $290 value. That's the $160 quarterly price of Beachbody On Demand All Access, plus a $130 bag of Shakeology. That's a $290 value that you get to sell for $160 with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Do you understand how potent that is? These people are joining gyms for an average of $40 per month. I don't know about you, but I would go into this fancy gym in Beverly Hills, walk into the Equinox. I think it was an Equinox. No, it wasn't an Equinox. Anyway, it was fancy. It was like, this gilded hall cost me $100 a month. I'd walk in, walk out, I wouldn't talk to a single person. I'd miss a couple months, nobody'd be like, hey, Carl, why haven't you shown up? You know, the stair climber misses you. Nobody's following up with me, holding me accountable. That is what you do. That is what your teams do. We have got to wake our teams up and go, wait a minute, guys. We have the best value in health and fitness history between this fantastic shake that changes lives, gets people regular. People need to be regular. They are suffering out there. A lot of cheese, a lot of meat. You need your Shakeology. You want to feel more energy without having to have more caffeine? Drink your Shakeology. And here's the thing. If it doesn't work for you, if your body, if you're not so sensitive that you don't feel it, you get your money back. We have got to mobilize our teams. We can't operate within this world of Facebook and Instagram like what's happened is, I think we've got this garbage of excuses and experiences and rejection and mean people on social media. I'm just blown away at how mean people can be, thinking that they can post a comment on social media and think that, well, that was neat, I just totally destroyed that person. I'm gonna go on with my day. Like, I don't understand it, but we can't let that garbage pile up around us. Because we're only touching right now 1 million people with Beachbody On Demand, about around 1.1, 1.2 million people. 266 million people overweight or obese in North America. 2 billion in the world. Just opened up the launch that in the UK. Guys, with a little obsessed coming, with the launch of Double Time, with Clean Week, with Shift Shop, with this shake, with Daily Sunshine, you have the tools in your hand. We're still figuring it out, but you have the tools in your hands to completely change lives in such a meaningful way. I never understand how you can sit at a conference like this. I'm glad you do, but I can never understand how you can do it for 2 or 3 days straight. Because, like, I just want to get out there and talk to people and post an Instagram story. Like, I just want to tell people about what we do because it's so friggin' amazing. And we're going to keep on innovating. We're not done. We got to figure out, how do we use Clean Week? We just got to figure it out because the people want what we do. We just got to figure out, how do we use a live event, a little obsessed, to mobilize another 10,000 people? We just got to figure out, how do we use Shift Shop? How do we post about, like, you might have seen my Instagram and Facebook feeds. How do we show parents and kids for the first time, rolling this little ball back and forth in their living room, having a good time? That's what social media is about. That's what we're doing. That's what you and your team get to do. This thing should be selling 10,000 copies an hour. But things are tough now. It's tough right now. And it's going to be tough, I promise you. But we are going to be resilient. Look at Facebook responding to Snapchat. They could be like, ooh, look at Snapchat, they're really doing well. No, they responded to it, they paid attention to it. This is what I do in business. I didn't go, oh, my infomercial business is going down. I'm paying attention to what works, and then I apply it. I apply what I see, what's working out there in the world, to how we can help people achieve their goals to lead healthy, fulfilling lives. I'm constantly reading about other companies, paying attention to what other companies are doing, what other entrepreneurs are doing, and I'm applying it to this vast opportunity that we've got to help people achieve their goals, because there's 2 billion of them who want what we have. They want what we have. I know it. You know it. We just got to get out of our own minds. If elite is within your grasp, if there are things that you could do, look at your team, gather your team up after this leadership, and you say, guys, we are not quitting. It is just November. We are not done. We're going to give it our best. We're going to get those diamonds. We're going to get those points, and we're going to get to elite. And if we don't, it looks like we just had a great couple of months of building business. Are your teams in the November to Remember promotion? Are they engaged? Here's our deal right now. A bunch of CEOs and me. We are going to keep innovating. We're going to keep working because the work we're doing is important. This is not about selling a gimmick. This is not about us figuring out what's the easiest thing to sell. That has never been my MO. My MO has been, how can I use the influential means of salesmanship in order to sell the thing that can help the most? That's what we do. So how are we going to keep innovating? Let's take a look at what's ahead of us. Because obviously with the All Access, we have all these programs. And we're still going to keep on innovating. And there's a couple things that we've sort of paid attention to over the course of the last few years. One of them is that the container system was like this breakthrough for us. And in fact, it took off even bigger than I ever expected. So since 21 Day Fix launched, we wanted to start to look at how can we improve this, the way it's communicated, to help people succeed with it better, and in fact, possibly even make that a gateway into achieving your goals. Because for some people, fitness, it's not fitness first for them. As we always say, abs are made in the kitchen. So maybe we need to prove that. Maybe we need to make a more substantial approach, and as we did when we created Portion Fix in the first place, we wanted to just separate it from 21 Day Fix, and now it's we've containerized most of the fitness programs, or certainly all of the new ones. But now we wanted to also make Portion Fix available as a standalone. So I'd like to introduce to you